Hey friends, this is Bobby Shanks, author of Undateable the book. Quick reminder, you can find us on Spotify, Facebook, and on YouTube to catch all of our past episodes, as well as all of our promotional materials and things coming up in the future. All right, we're going to jump right into today's episode. I want to first introduce the pastor of disaster, the mission of all missionaries, the handsome of all handsome, my producer, Ian Brown.
I don't know where you come up with those
Just
titles.
make it up, man.
None of them describe me at all.
They totally describe you. All right. Today's excellent, most awesome co-host, Shara Weiss.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Tell us real quick a little bit about yourself.
I'm a school librarian. I have 3 beautiful daughters, 2 adults, 1 at home. I have 2 cats.
Crazy
and a
cat
dog. I like to camp, and I like to CrossFit.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that is
and
cool.
run and
That is
cycle
cool.
and I'm active.
I like strong women. Like, you know, legs, little booty, some shoulders. It's all good. Am I not supposed to say that?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I like it. High five.
Yeah.
So, Ian, as per usual, kick us off with something super hot, super fresh, super now, requested or rejected.
So our first topic.
Wait a minute, hold on. You know what we're doing here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm aware. I've
This is
watched
my
them.
favorite part. Let's do it.
Our first topic is men with long hair and women with short hair. Requested or rejected.
Which is neither one of us.
Are you attracted to it? Is it something that you're open to? I.e. a man bun or essentially a shaved head.
Do you like guys with long hair?
No. There's one guy that someone tagged me on a Facebook video that was doing a bun without a shirt, and that was okay. But generally, no. No man buns.
So it has to be part of a package. That's really what you just said. So if you take a dude, right, he's fit, right, he's rocking the shoulders and the pecs and the abs and stuff like that, and right, he's an actor, an athlete or something, he's got some long hair, it works. But if it's your average everyday, you know, dad bod, you know, guy that works in the, so no, not at all.
No.
Okay, my bad.
No, I couldn't.
Okay, so.
You can appreciate him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for me.
Okay, so rejected.
Rejected on the man bun. Sorry, guys.
So I have said with enthusiasm on this show in the past that when it comes to short hair, I am a launch the torpedo, press the red button, abort mission. It's a no-go for me. I might be coming around.
Is there a reason you might be coming around? Or
Like Halle Berry rocks the short hair.
she doesn't look good with it, sorry.
With short
Yeah,
hair?
you're talking about when she was in...
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, she was in, was it 007?
I don't remember.
And she was in the movie with they called it it was a computer hacker movie. I will say, okay, so to my point earlier, it's part of a package. I think, in my opinion, all women look, and I'm going to get in trouble for this. I'll just say my preference is I like longer hair, so shoulder length or longer like yours. And there are some women that have a certain facial structure, body structure that they can pull off short hair.
What's your age limit on that?
That's a good question.
I don't want to be
I
asked that
think-
question.
I always tell my hairdresser and my kids, hey, when I reach the age where I can't rock the longer hair anymore, let me know.
You're nowhere close to that. You're safe.
Well, I hope, but
Yeah.
you want to rock that as long as you can. But I know there comes a time where, not that I'm going to hack it off and get the perm,
The blue
Can I
hair
say
perm,
that?
the beehive.
but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. Don't do the beehive. I don't see.
What's the
I have
age you
spoken to the spirits in the crystal ball, and I'm pretty sure a beehive is never in your future.
Yeah,
You're
I'm going to
golden.
be the only woman with bangs in the nursing home. I'm pretty sure.
That might be true.
Yeah.
What is the age
Yeah.
for short hair, or for
when
long hair?
women
Longevity
should-
of long hair.
Yeah.
Individual case basis.
Yeah. I think I agree.
So my mom is in her mid 60s or something, and she's beautiful, and she has long blonde hair.
I think you told me that before.
Yeah. Actually, it looks just like your hair, except just blonde. She's beautiful. It looks great. So I don't think there's an age limit. I think it's an individual case basis.
Okay.
Of course, it's my mom, so I'm biased.
All right, so next topic. Let's talk about sitting at a restaurant or bar by yourself. Taking yourself out on a date. Requested or rejected.
Self-date. That's an easy one for me.
I think this is different for women though.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind.
For most women, it's different.
I don't mind going out to eat by myself. I don't mind going into a bar that has a restaurant and sitting by myself. I will not go and sit at a bar, the actual bar by myself.
Really?
I don't like to walk into a bar by myself. If I'm meeting my friends there,
What about a
we all
rest-
text
what about
each
like a
other,
restaurant
Are
bar?
you here yet? Yeah, a restaurant bar. I'll
Like-
go
like
in
a-
and sit at the tables, but I don't want to sit.
So not even at a restaurant bar, you won't sit at the bar.
I don't like it. It feels, I don't know. For me, a woman going and sitting at a bar by herself feels a little desperate. Is that?
Interesting.
I think it does. But that's for me.
Well, okay, so you're not alone in that, and here's how I know. Because I will sit at, not a bar, okay, like a tavern, but at a restaurant, right? So we're talking Cyberg's, Pasta House, Buffalo Wild Wings, a sports bar, a nice place, a family place, right? Not a bar. I will go and sit at the bar and eat dinner between 6 and 9 p.m. twice a week.
I think
By myself.
I think most men feel comfortable doing that.
And the reason I know you're not alone is because I never see women sitting there by themselves.
It's just,
Which it's a double standard. I get it. I do understand it. But in all fairness, if I was sitting at, Detours, which is right down the street from here, or Buffalo Wild Wings, and I saw you sitting at the bar by yourself, like I would totally come over and talk to you.
so you wouldn't talk to me if I were sitting at a table.
Well, I wouldn't even see you. I'm sitting at the bar.
behind you. Oh, come on.
No,
Guys, check
oh.
out everyone in the bar when they're
No,
there.
wait a minute. Do you mean
do
if you're-
the little sweep?
No. If I'm sitting at the bar, I'm looking at, I got Blues, I got Cardinals, I've got,
True.
right? Yeah. So I'm not paying, and I'm not there to, fraternize with the patrons of the restaurant.
Right.
I'm there to eat some food, have a beer, kind of deflate a little bit from the day. That's it.
Because I would totally check out the guy sitting at the bar,
Okay. So we're going to go a step further.
but I would be at my respectable table.
Would you go talk?
No.
If you felt like it was somebody who looked like they were maybe at your level?
I don't know. But we women have little plans for this. So sometimes we make a trip to the ladies' room to see who's there and check people out on the way back and do a walk.
This is all
Call it a
news
walk
to me.
by.
Really?
Even if you don't really
gosh.
have to go.
The amount of times that you've
do
been
your
walked
lipstick
by
in
in your
there.
life and you never
I
knew
had
it.
no
It's a
idea.
walk by. Sometimes
never had a clue.
we have a neighborhood bar where I live that has 2 bathrooms, and if we get seated, because I have a group that we go to happy hour on Thursday nights.
My
just
mind
a
is really blown.
Fun group, and we will go to the bathroom on the opposite side just so we can see who's there and be seen.
Holy shit! I had no idea. I'm 45 years old. I'm
And the eye
completely
contact on the
oblivious.
way back, and the little smile, and yeah.
Very interesting.
So yeah, we'll do that.
So let's go a step further. Would you go to, call it Applebee's? I don't care, whatever. Like a nice place, a decent, Texas Roadhouse, my favorite restaurant. If you were with another girl.
Yeah, we would sit at the bar. We have.
Right. So there's safety in number.
Yeah.
That's how girls
Yeah.
work. Okay.
It doesn't feel as desperate to sit at the bar with your girlfriend. And then if you're there with your girlfriend to have a good time, then you don't have to worry about.
Interesting. Very interesting. What you got for us, bud? Hit us with another one.
All right, second to last. We're going to do 4 today, just for fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
There's a couple.
That
So
was really good. My mind is
It's a
blown.
walk by.
Like, I got to get those glasses now in that have like the little mirrors on the side, so I can be sitting at the bar and be like, "Is anybody looking at me?" I'll be waiting for you.
So, topic number 3 is long or thick beards, and we're talking. What's that Duck Dynasty show?
Yeah.
Like, we're talking like
Yeah, Duck Dynasty.
beards down to
Uncle Si.
mid chest. That long.
Yeah.
Requested or rejected.
I know my answer. I'm a requested. I think beards on dudes are cool.
I'm requested.
Yeah.
I like
Thank
those.
you.
I do.
Oh,
And I
yes.
didn't used
Finally, a woman who can respect the
They're kind
the
of
Sasquatch.
interesting to, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of
most women are a
it's kind of a
no.
little novelty.
Most women are a no.
Really?
Like this is long for me, and I keep it short just because what I do for a living. It's just better. But if I didn't do what I do for a living, oh baby, I'd be the hairiest
Yeah, but
man
I
beast on the
think
planet.
Everyone in all jobs.
probably have it
I think
coming
the
out my
beard is
collar.
accepted now in professional.
It's more accepted.
Yeah. Well, I also think it's changing because, like, personally, I've seen both sides of the coin. One female who like always clean shaven because I think to them it's a sign of like class and they're clean and they're probably working a good job and stuff like that. And then the other person where they're just more physically attracted to the beard. So they don't care what the cleanliness or
it's
I don't know.
a sign of masculinity.
I think it's very
I
masculine.
feel like.
Fair enough.
I mean, here's the deal. On the average, dudes can't grow long hair. So a woman with long hair is very attractive to a dude. Let's hope, praise the Lord, please, that a woman cannot grow a beard. And so I think it's normal for women to like men with facial hair and in some cases long facial hair. Yeah. Men are typically larger than women. And so men like women that are, shorter. Women like men that are taller, especially with their sexy little heels on, like you have on today. Totally makes sense. It's not battle of the sexes. It's just how it's designed to be.
Agreed.
Great topic. Mm-hmm. I'm a requested. I'm so glad that you're a requested.
Do not many like that?
No.
Really?
Most women, even in like this area, most women do not like men. Like what Ian and I have, we're good, generally speaking.
But going that long, it's probably too much.
But once you can start doing this.
Yeah, I dated a guy that had a really long beard.
And I think it's freaking cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think it's awesome.
All right.
I wish I could grow one, but
Last
we'll see.
topic. So it's just 2 different questions for 2 different people. For the audience, we have a former bodybuilding competitor, and then also
Who, me or her?
bodybuilding champion. I'm sorry,
Oh, thank you,
I had to
Ian.
throw that in there. And
Pay you later.
and a CrossFit aficionado. I don't know. What would you call yourself? Like just a participant or a competitor?
Yeah. It's just what I like to do to stay active.
Bad chick.
So really physically active and fit people. So here's the question. 2 different questions for each of you. Would you date someone for a female who was weaker than you? And as a male, would you date someone who is stronger than you? Requested or rejected.
Okay, so you don't realize this, but you've asked a 2-part question. We're going to answer the first one first, and then I have another question.
Okay.
Are you requested or rejected?
Rejected.
Okay.
I prefer the man to be stronger. Now, if I can outrun him in the mile, that's great.
Okay.
But I can't with these
I
bad
can
knees.
assure you just about anybody
But-
could outrun me in the mile.
Physically, I'm attracted to a man that would be stronger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. Actually, this sort of parlays into my next question, and I haven't answered yet. I realize that. What about a man who's noticeably strong? Like you could look at him and go, yeah, that dude's definitely freaking stronger than me.
Right.
But he's not taller. Hold on. How tall are you?
5'7".
Okay. So
I mean,
you're like
maybe
1
as
inch over
I'm
the average, right?
Getting older, I'm shrinking. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So 5'7" with 3-inch heels, 4-inch heels. You're looking for a guy that's at least 6 foot.
Yeah. I've dated a lot of guys 5'10", 5'11",
Totally fine. Mhm.
and that's fine. I prefer taller, and I look for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it physically appealing.
So-
I'm not to say I might never meet a guy my height and it would work out. I mean, I guess it's just in the...
Okay. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot here, but
I don't... You know, I've always said that.
yeah,
And it's
I
on
do.
my dating profile. This is how tall I am, and I prefer
We did
taller.
talk about that. Yeah. So if a man is like, let's say you have 5 criteria, 10 criteria, checkpoints, and he's like 9 out of 10, but the 10 that he's the one he's not is he's your height or 1 inch shorter. Like this guy's a freaking stud, right? He's a rocket science, has his own money, well invested.
Gosh, I don't know.
Bang, 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 bang. Super, super handsome.
I think I would
great
feel
shoulders.
self-conscious.
Okay.
I just think it wouldn't work. I mean, if he were my exact height, I might go on a first date. An inch shorter, I don't.
Just to give
I
it a
don't
feel.
think I could do it.
Yeah.
That's normal, though.
So
that's completely
interesting.
normal.
And there are
I
a
have my
lot
things
of
too.
nice guys like that, but surely there's some nice girls shorter than them that they can
Rejected.
Okay, that's
Isn't that like reverse discrimination or something?
Yeah.
I don't know
I'm
what you call
sorry,
that.
but you know what you like. You know, I like this. I like brunettes. I prefer this. That doesn't mean that's never going to happen for you a different way, but
Okay.
we know what we
Yeah.
find physically appealing.
So you're a rejected.
Rejected.
I'm a requested.
I know.
I'm different. I'm quirky. Now, do I want a gal who's 6'5", has hair on her back and veins popping down the side of
Steroids.
her neck because she's been jacking the juice for
Yeah.
10 years
On
of
the
her
roids.
life? Not so much. You know, and her voice is lower than mine. No, I'm not talking about that. But pound for pound, if a woman was in, and I actually did kind of quasi date a girl who was what's called a women's physique competitor. Mm-hmm. Remarkable shoulders, huge biceps, very veiny. Now she was shorter than me, but there is no doubt in my mind that pound for pound, right, height, weight, whatever, she was definitely a lot stronger than me. Height, right on a spreadsheet, she was stronger. Now, could she wrestle me? and beat me? No. But could she hurt me? Yes. You know, like
He's okay with
Yeah.
being hurt.
yeah, like we could fight and I would win, but I would definitely be injured.
On Undateable Podcast 8. Let's
Jello wrestling or whatever they call
I
it
knew
in.
you were gonna go
right,
there.
Jello. What do they call it? Jello pudding? I don't know. We're
No,
never gonna
it's
do
Jell-O.
that.
It's not
We're never
pudding.
gonna do that. It's fun to think about, but we're never gonna do it. So here's the question underneath the question from what Ian asked.
Okay.
I have to ask this, and it's never been asked before. In fact, I don't think I've ever even talked about it really openly in public. I have to understand what it is with women who are curvy dating really skinny guys. Do you understand that? I see it all the time.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
And you don't have to answer because we can edit all of this out. Is it too weird?
No.
I'm not trying to get all Jerry Springer up in here.
No, I've seen that, and you're always like, whatever works for them. It's not my preference.
I think it's an opposites attract thing.
possibly. Yeah. Or what is it then? The real question then is, what is it about the guy who is skinny and is attracted to that? I mean, is it the same answer or is it different?
He just, when he hit puberty, that's what he liked, and she did too. I liked taller guys.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any explaining.
All right, so that might be another
attraction you have. You can't. I don't think we can explain why we're physically attracted to something over something else. It just is.
True that.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer.
That's, you know what that was? Because I'm going to make a joke because you're a librarian.
Okay.
That's like, oh, I'm going to pull this book off and look at a couple pages. No, this book's not for me. I'm just going to put it right back there.
Yes.
We're just going to go on down and find another book.
This book is
Hey, Ian.
or is it this
Find us another book quickly.
or is there this book is in the wrong location? I don't feel like moving it.
Yeah, we're going to
the
go
right
put it in the
location.
book return bin. And we're not just going to put it right in the little bin. We're going to like reach down in there, uncover all the books and put that one underneath and put all the books on top of it.
So how often?
So
does that
nobody
happen?
knows we put that book in there.
This is the best question we've asked so far. So how often does that happen? You see something out of place, or you don't?
Oh, all the time.
Odd couple.
Yeah.
Odd couples, odd couple coupling, odd couple dating. All the time.
And hey,
What?
if
I
it's
love
good for
my
them,
eyeballs feast on it. I love it.
Wait, what are we talking about? I'm asking if she saw a book at in her library.
I totally
that was
missed
out of
that.
place.
Sorry.
I thought that's what you were asking.
This
and
is
then
a
he made
this
it
is a show
metaphor.
about dating.
He made it a metaphor, so yes, it happens.
I
all
thought
the
we were
time.
going for the metaphor.
And yes, it happens all the time.
I was
It
going
happens
for
all the time.
I was going for the like satirical like joke just to ask. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I thought it was
happens.
I went for
That's
the
why we do
metaphor, not the
inventory.
satire.
But
My bad. Sorry.
now you see where both of our brains are at this point.
That's funny.
Sorry.
All right, let's move on to our main topics.
Moving on.
We've got a couple.
Shara.
We've got a couple of them tonight, and one's going to be introduced by you, and
Okay.
we're going to get to that one because this you guys want to stick around. That's a good one.
We're gonna
it's
listen.
worth
We're gonna
sticking
do a
around for.
main topic tonight that is going to blow your mind.
It's going to make you think a little bit.
It's gonna make you think. Male, female, young, old, dateable, undateable, doesn't matter. It's gonna get deep.
But before we get to that topic, we're going to talk about dating someone because you think you can rescue them. There's silence because there's some deep rooted.
Who wants to admit?
I sense there's some deep rooted feelings over there.
Okay.
Well, let's start with this question. Have both of you, can you admit that you've done that before?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
And it never ends well, does it?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to say something here. I'm going to try to loosen it up here. This is overly revealing, but I don't know. I wrote a book, so I guess that's what I'm doing these days. I don't know why. Eight out of 10 times that someone reaches out to me on social media to say hi or hello or whatever, they are a nurse or some type of caregiver. And I believe, because I've done some, let's just say I've done the proper amount of research and analysis around why that has happened, and I believe it's because they look at me like I need to be rescued.
From stalking your social media?
Well, because I wrote a book called Undateable, and unless you've watched the shows and have read the book and everything in this whole string that you're probably watching from right now, they believe that I'm basically putting out to the universe that I'm declaring that I'm undateable, and so therefore I'm broken. Somebody come fix me.
You know what? I think we need to do this real quick, because you can't judge a book by its cover. Our librarian can attest to that.
That's true.
I asked her earlier. She said she's read 28 books this year so far.
I know, it's unbelievable.
That's-
I read 40 last year, barely. Like, it was hard.
I'm just trying to get through the first one.
I did it so I wouldn't snack at night. So I read a lot of books.
Okay.
Because when you watch TV, you snack, right?
So here's my point. The title Undateable is not about being undateable.
Correct.
I think we need to set the record straight here, if we can, so that people listening.
But I think we're all broken, but that doesn't mean we're damaged beyond repair.
Correct.
Right?
And that's the point of the book, I think.
That is the point
Yeah.
of the book. The point of the book is, if you feel that you are unsuccessfully dating, are you undateable? Well, I don't know. How do you answer that question? Well, you pick up this book when it comes out soon. At this point, we're talking weeks, not months. And you read it and you're like, I'm undateable in this one area of my life. And, if you change the way you think about certain things, then the things you think about change. And there are some things that we need to work on. I wrote this book for men.
And your audience is mostly women.
Well, that's just sort of how this thing seems to work. I mean, that's not my choice. I'm putting the content out and the information. It's up to the universe to figure out who's going to get it.
It's the men who probably need it more, and it's the women who seem to be actively trying to find it more.
Yeah. I'll leave it up to God. The right men who need to get this will get it. So the reality of it is we're all dateable.
Oh, I'm very dateable.
And we all have.
But I am unsuccessfully dating. I like the.
See, I'm different. I'm not in a long-term relationship, but I am very successfully dating. Successfully dating.
Unsuccessfully dating, as in serial dating, never getting to the point of, this may last longer.
Yeah.
Than
Okay.
the one or two dates and
I'm with you.
and the ghosting that follows that.
Ooh, the ghosting. Oh my gosh, I would love to have a conversation with you about that on camera. That would be great. Yeah, put us back on track here, dude.
Well, so I guess we just need to the viewers need to understand that the book Undateable, just because it says Undateable, doesn't mean we're saying, "Hi, I'm undateable," and we're gonna laugh about that. It's more of it's learning about what makes you undateable and how you can create a future where you are. Is that the best way to describe it?
I wrote the book, and he actually just gave the best bio that's ever been said about the book.
I want to find my other undateable match. Right?
See, that and that's the point of this.
Who's my undateable match?
Who's my imperfect match? Actually, that almost leads into our next topic.
Well, but that's so here. I think that's important is that, like, whoever you're going to date, you have to understand that they are undateable as well in certain ways. You know?
Well, this goes back to willing versus worthy.
Which we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this next topic.
You ready to get into it?
I'm chomping at the bit.
Okay.
I'm not introducing this. This is your thing.
So there's this Netflix series called The One. And the thing that's really interesting about this, one of the things, is there's a logo. So if you're on Netflix, or even if you're not, go to Google, type in Netflix, The One. And the logo for this one season series, one season so far, is an on-off, like the circle with the line through it. So it's like on or off, right? It's like dating. It's either on or it's off. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting at a table. This is my first date. Do I like this person? On or off? Right?
Yeah.
Black or white. There's not this gray area.
Do you try to go to second dates now? Do you feel like sometimes at a first date you dismiss too soon? And
I'm a one-hit wonder, aren't I?
I am, and I'm trying to get to the second date, and then you really know at the second date, I think.
Yeah. So you and I have talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be part of this discussion. Okay.
Okay.
The answer is yes, I am. So this miniseries is called The One, and what it is it is a businesswoman, entrepreneur, scientist, MD, who basically creates the perfect dating app. And what it is, now hear me out on this. What it is you take a snip of your hair and you put it in a little baggie, you send it into this company, and they enter it in, right, they do all this genetic research, and they match it into their database, and a week later or 6 weeks later, or whatever it is, you get a letter in the mail and you open it, and it says, "Dear Mr. Shanks, we want you to know that we have found your perfect match. Her name is Samantha, and she lives in Sweden. And on all of these categories, we have found that she is a 97.3% match to be your life partner." And she receives the same envelope. Now, imagine, so this is 2021. Imagine in 1990, 30 years ago, if somebody walked up to you, or at a Super Bowl commercial, somebody said, "Hey, we've got this really cool, interesting device, and it's got some software on it, and you go in here and you answer some questions, and based upon how you answer these questions, we're going to put you in a pool of single people, and we're going to match you with the best outcome that's a match for you. Even in 1990, I was almost graduated from high school. Even in 1990, people would have looked at that and been like, no, that's not even possible. That's right. I don't care how great technology is, how advanced science is. I don't care how many Dolly the sheeps they've cloned. That's never going to happen, right? Because that was right. Mm-hmm. That was around that time, right? We started cloning. Homo sapien genome cloning. We started with sheep. We started with mice, obviously. Then we moved to a sheep, etc. But today, you can go to a dating app. You can fill out a bio. You can ask answer some questions, right? eHarmony, Kristen Mingle, Match. And then you can sit there for 2 hours. Oh, wait a minute. Not like this, but like this, right? You can swipe left or swipe right. And you can be matched with people that, according to today's technology, are the most compatible with you based upon your geographic search area. And by today's standards, if I said to you that I could just ever so gently, with fingernail clippers, just reach over and just cut off the very tip of your hair and put it in a baggie, send it in, and in 3 weeks you would receive a letter and a picture of who the most perfect person literally on the planet of Earth is for you. Would you do it? I don't care what the money is. A dating app is $20, right? $100 if you're really enthusiastic.
Who does that?
Men do.
Really?
Yeah, women got it on the cheap. Men pay. So, which is really interesting because I think it should be the opposite, but that's a different podcast. But let's say that this is $1,000.
No, I wouldn't do it. Because even when you fill out the personality things and the questions, which wouldn't be as exact, you still meet those people and either there's a connection or there's not. I don't think I would trust science for that.
Okay, so now let me go a step further.
Would you?
Hold on. I'm going to give my answer.
Okay.
So let me go a step further. This so-called technology has been out now for 5 years. 10 million matches.
Oh, 10 million people met and it was their perfect match and they lived happily ever after.
Mm-hmm. And now you at 35, 40, 45, 50, whatever, adult single, maybe divorced, maybe not. You know, maybe you're a single woman who's 32 or 35 and you've never been married, but you want to have children, you want to have the happily ever after, or maybe you're the 55-year-old woman who's had your children and you've got a great job and you've got a great life. You're 5 years away from retirement, but you just want the perfect mate to enjoy that, you know, those last chapters of your life with.
So you may
and for $1,000,
you may change based on where you are in your life.
Well, that's why I went from like 30 to 60.
Yeah. So try meeting someone in college, doing it the old-fashioned way at first.
Right. At the frat house. What's up, baby?
And then after that fails.
You want me to be your sugar daddy in 40 years?
Plus, you're more financially stable as you're older to blow money on something like that.
Here's another question. Would you advise your 16-year-old daughter to do that?
No.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy?
No, I don't think so.
That's in the movie.
Really?
Is it?
Oh, yes. Girl turns 18. Oh, I don't want to give it away.
Is it a movie or a series?
It's a miniseries.
Spoiler alert, just blurt it out.
Okay. Girl turns 18. Okay.
If you don't want spoilers and
I'm going to spoil it. I'm going to spoil it. I don't care. The CEO of the company is at loggerheads with a politician, right? Because there's a lot of stuff going on based upon this technology. The politician hates the CEO. The CEO, by the way, they're both ladies, both women. The CEO hates the politician. The politician and the CEO meet, impromptu, private, right? No cameras, no paparazzi. And the CEO tells the politician, hey, by the way, before you decide to destroy me, I want to let you know. And this envelope is the perfect match for your daughter. On her 18th birthday, she went on my company website, filled this out, whatever. And inside this envelope is the perfect mate for your 18-year-old daughter that's going to make her happy the rest of your life. Do you want this? It's on the movie. It's so weird, dude. That you haven't seen it, have you?
No.
Yeah.
So lawyers are going crazy because they're losing their livelihood from
Yeah.
divorces.
Yeah.
So let me just real quickly give my answer. The answer is yes, I would do it.
At 18, would you do it?
I would do it at any age.
See, I don't think I would. I think I would rely on fate, and if it didn't happen,
Now
I would just get
let me
a few more
quantify.
cats.
Let me quantify. Right. So I love math. I love science. I'm an analytical. I'm overly cerebral. And I'm at a point in my life I've learned to accept that about myself. With a array of data that's 10,000, no, I would not do it. With an array of data that's 10 million and it's worldwide, and because it was born in the United States, it means 70% of that array of data is in the United States out of the 10 million. Yeah, I would do it. Now, the question becomes, by the way, this is all relative, right? Because we're talking about the future here, but we're talking about today. Because this is why I went back to make the reference about 1990. If somebody came to you and said, hey, fill out this 25 question questionnaire, eHarmony, and be matched in a pool of people that are most statistically probable to be your match, would you do it? In 1990, people would be like, well, first of all, you're fucking Satan, and this is not biblical, and no, and how could you blah, 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 right? It would be shot down. But until enough people did it, and then it became mainstream, like dating apps are today, correct?
Yeah.
This is going to happen. It's coming.
Interesting.
Not to be like, listen, they got all serious all of a sudden, not to be all philosophical and like conspiracy theory or whatever, but this is the nature of mankind and research and science. This will happen. It's coming. We put people on the moon. I'm pretty sure we can clip some hair and figure out, genetic predisposition for who our best mates are going to be.
So let's...
Honestly, the science and technology already exists. It's just a matter of the paperwork catching up to getting there.
Let's bring the question back to today.
Yeah, let's lighten it up please.
No, here's the real question. How much do you value in your own life independence, a relationship, and truly finding like true love or, your perfect mate? Like in today's world, how much of a value do you put on that right now?
Well, it's important, but I've also accepted the fact it may not happen, and I have a full life outside of that.
Same.
But I think looking at the science of it, this is your perfect match. But there's so much that makes a person environmentally, personality. Like, I don't think that can be judged that way.
Also agree.
Yeah.
So
I'm in conflict
I think I
on
would
this.
be like skeptical of it working, just as I am skeptical of any dating app I've ever been on.
I think she made a really good point. Like, she was saying that I also have a life outside of that, which any good relationship, you should have a life outside of it, or be okay with who you are outside of just your relationship. So this technology would take that away from people in many ways. Like, being happy by themselves, they would create a situation where you would be happy only through this. And honestly, that's 100% of the reason why I wouldn't do it, is because like, and I agree with you, there's no way that those relationships can truly work because the people haven't created a life outside of that they're happy.
I'm going to use a legal term. It's not an everyday mainstream legal term, but when you hear it, it's going to click. And I'm going to pause and I'm going to let people think on it just a minute. Have you ever heard the legal term, the fruit of the poisonous tree?
Mm-mm. Well, as a legal term?
It's a legal term. It's used in litigation daily. The fruit of the poisonous tree basically says that when a court case receives evidence, no matter how substantial the evidence is, no matter how truthful, right? Like a DNA test. Mm-hmm. No matter how truthful the test is, if the origin of how the evidence was received or accumulated is poisonous or illegal, everything downstream from it is defunct. True love is not a test result.
Mm-mm. I think I'll take my chances.
I am a mathematician at heart. It's how I was genetically designed. I'm even going to say divinely purposed. And I would do the test. And I would meet that person. And I would be willing to bet it would fail. There might be 10 million matches, but I also know that no matter how expansive the array of data is, 10 million, there is a percentage of failure in every scientific experiment ever.
Go back after 5 years and see.
In all of history, no matter how archaic the devices of science and testing and methodology is, there's always failure. And I would probably be in the failure. I would probably be in the failure group.
I think it depends where we are in life also.
Yeah, what if your perfect person is 18 and you're 38?
Ooh.
All right. Oh, no.
I'm joking.
Okay.
Hey, first of all, thank you for not saying freaking 12 or something really weird. But no, it's a no-go.
Because there are people who
and that would happen.
Eventually are going to get married. One of them is in high school right now, and the other one is 30 years old.
Yeah,
in their career.
That actually is true. That not only that other person is 30 years old and they've already been divorced.
Yeah, exactly.
And have 1 or 2 kids.
Okay, next question. What do you consider to be cheating?
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
I like this.
Yeah.
I want her to define it. What is
Yeah, let's define cheating first.
Yeah, how do you define it?
Well, hold on real quick. By cheating, you mean you're in a committed relationship right? So two people are in a committed relationship. They have said to each other, I'm committed to you in an exclusive monogamous relationship. True?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's define cheating.
I think, and social media has made this so easy.
Oh, yeah.
If you are married or in a committed relationship, so I guess we'll just say committed relationship because that's what marriage should be, right? And anything else. Any communication, ongoing communication, even friendly, that your spouse or partner doesn't know about, I think that's the seed of cheating there. It can be with social media as much as communication.
Okay.
Or like even a comment. Are you talking or are you talking like a direct message? Because there's a difference between
Messenger.
Okay.
Messenger, Snapchat.
There's a difference
WhatsApp.
between someone posts a picture and you like it. I don't know.
No. If it's in the public, I don't, unless it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
I don't consider that. But any of those apps and communication tools that are private or not or that you can hide, or Google, I have a Google phone number that happened to me recently, and also someone said, can you download the WhatsApp? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
So someone had a private phone number for other things?
Yes, this has all happened recently. So then my mind is, this person is not who he says he is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to go a step further. And you know me, I like to deal with all the gooey stuff. The black and white is super simple. Matters of the heart and the color on the inside of a human being are a different matter. So I believe that, and this is hard. This is a hard topic. I believe that what one person feels in their heart and in their soul, right? They're conscious, right? That chasm between their brain and their heart, right? This is the biggest gap to close. But somewhere in there, when somebody says to themselves, I flirted with a coworker today and I feel guilty and I feel like I was unfaithful to my significant other, was that cheating?
I don't think that's cheating.
I think it is.
Do you?
Because I think the seed in their mind has been planted.
You want to know something, dude? Here's the thing that's really weird. Most men I talk to, right? Men are always...
Define the flirting, though. Like, what do you...
It doesn't matter. It's about the individual.
It's what they perceived as
flirting. If the individual says to themselves, right? So they have that moment in the cafeteria or the water cooler room where they walk away, they go sit at their desk, and they look up and they go, I feel dirty. I feel like I was just unfaithful to my significant other. Then yeah, I think that's cheating.
Yeah, I think, and this might be a guy thing, but for me, like...
I think most men will agree with that. Most women won't.
If it's in your conscience and it bothered you, then...
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Right, so there's a level under the level.
But there are a lot of men who don't have that conscience.
Oh, that is for certain.
That is true.
When you...
That is for certain.
I think... this might be a personal thing, but like guys are... It's more about the intent behind what you did than what you actually did.
True that.
And maybe it's the other way with women. I don't know.
Okay, so let's do an example.
Is that a fair question, though?
Do you go on this happened with an ex-girlfriend wanted to go to lunch with him, and he didn't tell me. Or maybe he told me later after it already happened. Or she kept doing, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Evil bitches.
I
bitches
thought,
get stitches.
You know what I mean?
Wait a minute, that's snitches.
Like,
Never mind.
I don't know. don't know about that.
So, okay, so you bring a new element into the it's so weird. I'm so math oriented. It's like a quadratic equation. You've got this side, you've got this side, you've got 2 here, you've got 2 here, right? First, outer, inner, last. You remember all that crap from like 8th grade?
I hated math. Sorry.
All right. So that's just how I look at stuff. So the issue here is Mr. Boyfriend. Did he do it? He did. He went on.
Yeah.
He went on the lunch, right? It could have been all business, right? He could have been in this business and she's in this business and it was pure business. Totally fine. But the other side of this equation is, regardless of how the individual feels about whether they did something right or not, if they are true to their significant other and say, hey, I just want to let you know I met with my ex, or whatever, it also matters what the other person says, because if you are in a faithful monogamous relationship, you're not one, you are two.
It's true.
So you are sharing a conscience and you are sharing a heart. You're sharing. I'm gonna be really bold here. I'm gonna say you're sharing a soul.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Right. So if, oh my gosh, we can blow this up from here. Can we generally agree that if, if you're in a faithful monogamous relationship, committed, and you or your significant other lays hands on another person in a flirtatious way, all the way from, a touch, ass smack, or all the way up to like sex, like that's definitely cheating, right?
Right.
Okay. Kissing for sure. Like, I don't think anybody that's watching this is going to dispute that. It's that gray stuff. It's that ooey gooey
social media stuff. It's all social
See, I don't
media.
even think about social media, but I guess it's so true. I know. Well, I don't know. Maybe because I live in it, and well, okay. So let me just ask you: have you ever been approached by someone that you knowingly knew? Ooh, I don't want to put you on the spot too much.
All
So we
the
can
time.
edit. We can
All the
edit this
time.
out. Okay.
Like, it's like I got divorced and magically a bunch of married or committed men
Really?
thought I was so desperate that I needed their company. I'm just putting it that way. And I had to,
Really?
dude, there's no part of any married man or committed relationship that I'm interested in. It's still
sad to hear that.
Still happens. And I have seen married men that I know on Tinder.
Okay. So let me
And
throw
I'm like,
let me throw a
and usually
caveat
that's
in
a
here.
screenshot that I send to my best friend, and I'm like, look, can you believe this?
Yeah.
And it's
so
an ex.
So let
No.
me throw out a caveat here. There's this underground of married couples who willfully.
Well, I've seen that too, where
Okay.
they say, hey, we're
Right,
a
hall
couple,
passes
we're
and
looking
all of
for our
that stuff.
unicorn, we're looking for this or
Okay.
that or whatever. I've
Right.
seen
So I'm
that
not
too.
talking about that, right? So that's a niche, that's a segment. I have no judgment on that. Right. To each their own. But I'm talking about people that aren't that. Right. So you and I were married. We're committed. So far as you know, we are a happily married. We're a normal everyday couple. We're committed. We're monogamous. But I am choosing to circumvent that to go out and look for the recently divorced or on a dating app or something. I'm talking about those people, men or women. I want to offer the other side,
Okay.
the juxtaposition. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. When I am approached on social media, which is often, most of the time, and when I say most, contrary to what you said, like I'm going to say 99%, these are not married people. These are not married women. Now, I'm not saying I've never been approached by married women, because I have. And I'm super polite. I'm like, not my jam.
Yeah, it's not my thing either.
It's just not my thing. So it's interesting that you and I have had you've had an abundance, and I'm sorry to say this. I'm going to guess that there are well, I'm going to say a majority of women, especially attractive women, that have experienced what you've experienced. And I have to say that I have had very, very little experience of being propositioned by a married woman. It has happened, but it's very, very, very infrequent. And in fact, let me give 2 examples. I don't normally hit on women. Well, I don't do it online at all. First of all, like social media, that's a no-go for me. Just personal preference. But I am okay if I see someone in a place that I go on a regular occasion, and there seems to be an attraction or chemistry, that I will say, that I'll go say hello. And I've had 2 examples. One where I said hello to a woman and she told me she was married, right away. And I thanked her for that, very genuinely.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's appropriate. And I flattered her. And I said, you know what? It is so hard for a single guy like me to find someone like you. So high five. I'm sure your husband is the happiest man on the earth. Right? So I was flattered. And then I move on. I've also had one example of where, because I will ask if they're married, because I don't want there to, I'm not that guy. I don't want to ride the line. I want to know.
Right.
It's a yes or no question. Are you fucking married or not? And I think in this one particular situation, I don't know why. Maybe she was younger or something. I don't remember. But I said to her, are you, oh, I did. I do remember, actually. I said, are you single? And she's like, well, sorta.
Sorta.
Yeah.
If something better comes along, I might be switched.
And see, I'm not that guy.
Yeah. And that's a problem with serial dating, is waiting for the next best thing. For real.
Interesting. Yeah,
and,
true.
And that's, that so many people don't want to change their Facebook status, and I'm not big on that.
Does yours say single?
Changing. I don't think it says anything.
I don't even know what mine says.
But when you start dating someone and you make that step, for women like me, that's saying, hey, get off my back, quit messaging me. This is, you know what I mean? Besides verbally telling them. That goes out to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So what is it when, if it's always looking for the next, then how do you know when to stop?
I think that's the problem with serial dating.
So I guess this is
when you have, you've got 10 guys that you've matched with on Tinder, and you're finally stopped swiping, so you're going to have 4 or 5 conversations with them. When do you decide, do I quit swiping and just talk to these? And first of all, if you have that, you might talk to 10 men on Tinder and maybe go out on one date out of those 10.
I've been on Tinder. Match is my favorite.
I haven't done Match in a long time. Just because I got tired of paying. I feel like it's the same result.
Yeah.
That kind of went off on a
Yeah.
That's
different
okay.
side roads, didn't it?
That's okay.
Yeah.
But I guess,
How do you know?
yeah. How do you know? Like, or
I hate it when
don't-
you ask questions like that.
I don't-
Like, I want you to ask questions that I have like an immediate, really funny, humorous answer to. And
I make it.
I
You
want
me
to know by that feeling that push these guys aside. I can think of no one but him, and that hasn't happened.
That's a good answer.
You know,
is a
there
good
are
answer.
definitely ones
good
that
answer
you
because
like
it's right.
more than others. But if they're not consuming your every thought, and if you don't look at your phone when a text comes in from them and instantly smile because you're so glad to hear from that person, then that's not the one. If you look at your phone and you're like, oh, I got to respond to so-and-so, he's a nice guy. But if that's your response, he's not the one.
Yeah. Or and so here's a better question.
she's so right.
So is it at that point? So let's say you recognize that you're like, oh, it's Bobby again texting me. I'm kind of tired of this guy.
Fucker from Imperial.
He's that guy.
Jack Rod.
Yeah, you know,
Needs
just
to get his shit
just
together.
that annoying guy again. You know. Anyways, he's always posting on social media. Sorry.
That annoying punk.
Yeah. So you recognize that whoever you're dating, you're like, you know, I'm kind of tired of this guy. Is it worth it to you to continue that relationship, to continue to try and fix that person?
I never go past the first date. I'm the serial first dater. I'm the
But-
one date wonder. No, I am. I had 2 dates recently, but it didn't. I tried.
But I guess here's the question.
You and I are so much
you,
alike. That's funny.
You might have a better answer for this then. Why? Even though you keep each other good company, you like going and hanging out with them on Friday, but you don't want to hear everything about them. But you're cool with dating them. You know, it's not like a.
I don't
forever,
think I do that.
It's
I
not
don't do
it's
it.
not a love thing. It's more of a I like Jimmy. He's a nice guy, or he's fun to go hang out with. Like, are those relationships worth your time, or should you only be looking for love?
No, it's not worth my time. I'd rather hang with my friends than spend not quality time with someone I don't intend on.
I'll be honest.
staying with.
I struggle with that.
See, because that's my answer.
I'm
Is like
nice.
I'm 100% with you. Like
Because you're nice.
yeah, I mean, if I don't see this going past 2 dates, there's no way I would ever.
Here's the
continue.
honest truth. I'm a good date.
I believe that.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe it's some sort of I don't know what to call it, ego driven thing.
Well, and
I like to take a girl on a date who I can sense hasn't been on a good date in a while, a lot, or if ever, frankly. And you know, I'm not trying to get in their pants. I'm not trying to make out with them. I just want to have fun. Like, I just want to show them, honestly, I just want to show them that there actually are some good guys out there.
And I'm not saying
You know?
all of my first dates, they've not been bad.
No, I know, but there's
They're
a
not
problem
bad
with
dates.
what I do.
They're just not a romantic connection
Yeah.
to continue it.
And so the problem I have, Ian, is I do these, which is why I'm a one-hit wonder. One date wonder. You called it a one-date wonder, didn't you?
One date wonder.
Okay, I actually like that better than one-hit wonder. The problem I have is I go on this date trying to do 2, and they want to.
That's a problem.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm creating my own monster.
Yeah. But it's hard. So many
I'm doing
people
it to
are
myself.
so needy. I mean, 2 or 3 dates and they want to move their stuff in. Like, slow down.
That's another issue for another day.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
another one.
That's like a human issue.
Yeah.
We need to sit down the individual
But there are
and
some
talk to them.
people who get out of a divorce or relationship who cannot be alone. They have to
So
jump.
true.
I can look at my
Have
Facebook
you ever done
at
that?
all the
Have you ever
single
been that
guys.
person?
No.
I have.
No. Well, okay.
I'll admit I've been that person.
My story of a year after I got divorced, I got married for 27 days. So, okay, I kind of did
Now
that.
we're getting to the real.
Now
So I
we
kinda
start
did
the
that,
show.
but that was a long time ago.
Wait a minute, hold on. Can we back up just a second?
So, and then I
How long?
27 days.
How many fingers? I've got 20
Were there
fingers
27
and toes. I could almost count how long you were married minus 7 toes.
Was there a dress for every single day?
Dude, you're so bad. I think it's a great story. It's a great story.
So yes, I was there once. It was my midlife. Got divorced when I was 39, 40. Thought I was going to be alone the rest of my life. I have to hurry and find a guy. And then I realized, this was a huge mistake. And that was the end of that. But yeah. People can't be
I think
alone.
that takes the record.
Yeah, there should be, and I say this, there should be a 30-day money-back guarantee for everything.
Did you get your money back?
No, but it cost more than my regular divorce. I had to borrow the money from my mom and then pay it back to her when I got my taxes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Well, smart girl, you figured it out.
Yeah, I got out fast. So yeah, I have done that. But you have to,
But you knew before, right?
But I can see the cycle of the single guys on my Facebook that I'm acquainted with, friends with, whatever you want to call it. They get like everyone is in a relationship. I'm like, well, so-and-so's in a relationship now. Well, and I'm the I've been single 2.5 years now.
Yeah. Okay. So, can I curve?
Sure.
Curveball. You and I do not live in the same geographic area.
Right.
But we live in similar areas as far as population size, let's say median income, available job opportunities. We live in very similar areas, just we're not close together.
Right.
And I say that to say this. I am part of a different group. Oh, and I invited you to participate in this group. DO40.
Oh, okay.
Right. Divorced over 40. And it originates out of Oklahoma. And it has someone who started the group, and there's several hundred members. And I've been invited. Have you been invited yet to their spring fling?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm not going to be able to make it because I have other plans, and I'm just super busy this time of year. But it's a really cool group. DO40, Divorced Over 40. Check it out. It's in Oklahoma. And I have had some. So I've been trying to be more active on their board because they're kind of starving for men to.
Don't let him fool you. The ratio then.
Did you see the post about the ratio?
No.
No, it's a recent
joke about you.
No, it's a recent post. It's a recent post. Somebody went on there and made a post about the ratio of women versus men responses, and I went on there and made a post.
I meant if there are more women in it, that gives your dating opportunity a larger.
Well, I don't know that Oklahoma is exactly my dating opportunity, but nonetheless, I mean, it is the Midwest, whatever. So I did make a post about how men are more voyeur, right? So we'll watch, right? We'll read everything, but we'll never say a word for months.
Yeah, that's
Right.
so
Same
true.
thing's happening
It's
on
so true.
what we're doing right now. On my podcast, same deal. I have, a few hundred followers or whatever it is now. I don't even think we're over 1,000 yet. So it's kind of fun to watch it grow because I know it's going to explode. But most of our people who comment or whatever are women. But do you know who most of my direct messages are from?
Man, you told me that.
And if you look at our like breakdown and insights, it's like 60-40 men to women.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're just
So here's
the ego won't let them.
men are just different creatures, right? Men are designed to sit in the tree
Yeah.
in the freezing weather and just wait for the deer.
And we have to talk about it and
Right.
analyze it and look at it from all different
and not only
angles.
that, women, this isn't my information. This is scientifically proven for decades. Women speak or communicate 65% more than men. These are all averages, right? I never talk about absolutes on my show. Never. It's all about averages. 65% more communication for a woman on a daily basis as an average compared to an average male. And so I made a post on there about that. And, it was like a tsunami hitting the beach.
I'll have to look at it.
Oh my gosh. And I would say it was half positive, half negative. And I'm like, well,
Because
sorry.
I'm on one of those single pages that shares the memes every day.
Yeah, right.
Blah, 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 blah.
So, how did we get off on that, Ann? You're the navigator. I'm just the guy who shoots the gun. Where are we going?
I don't know how we got there, but I think we need to go a little bit further on this because honestly, you're right. And women need to understand that men are going to probably sit around and wait. They might really like you, but they will wait to pull the trigger, where a woman might go forward faster.
Boy, but I always tell men, hey, I do not chase.
Okay.
I'm like, I am not the chaser. And that's giving them the hint. Hey, the ball is in your court. Because I'm not going to chase you.
Why?
I won't do it. There are women who will do that. I'm not that woman that will chase. Now, if it's moving forward mutually, then I will participate more. But at the beginning, that's old-fashioned, isn't it?
No. Yes, it is. It is old fashioned. Or I'm not going to say old fashioned. It's traditional.
Traditional.
You know?
Yeah.
You say old fashioned. I say traditional. Means the same thing, I guess. So I'm gonna scramble the eggs here. You broke them. I'm gonna scramble them.
Okay.
So this is Mars and Venus at work.
Okay.
It's not fair. It's not the way it's supposed to be. But this is how it is. According to me. When you crest the age of 40,
Oh, okay.
certainly 45, if you are a male with hair and a job and your gut doesn't stick out over your belt more than 8 inches,
Okay.
you're desirable. Women chase.
Maybe that's why I'm still single.
Maybe, my dear, maybe that's why a lot of women are still single. It's not fair.
I'm not doing it
I'm not saying
either.
it's fair.
I am not going to change.
You shouldn't. I
I'm
don't
not.
think you
I'm
should.
not going to chase. Flirting is different.
Am I wrong?
No, I think you're exactly right. And I think they have a wider pool of women they attract also.
So here's the thing, right? Okay, I'm like stuck on the math. I'm always doing the math. If it takes a man and a woman to get married and 50% of marriages or more end in divorce, and those first divorces statistically end between 35 and 45 years old, then why is it that the position of strength transfers from the woman to the man, from the 20s and 30-year-olds to the 40 and 50-year-olds to the men, even though it's a 50-50? Why does that happen?
I don't know. I think, well, my mom used to say, women have made it easier for men to behave that way. Well, behave's not the right way, the right word.
Ooh, even Ian perked up on that. Pray tell, give us more.
Because
if you're a dude, you better be listening.
When women do all the chasing and make themselves available and
and do the hair and do the nails and do the makeup.
No, not that. Just
and make the money and save the money.
The rest of us that don't chase and throw ourselves at them, like kind of in the. So they've learned, maybe, I don't have to do anything because these women are just going to come to me. Because now there's a lot more women that's what my mom used to say. Wow. And I can see that a little bit.
You're not wrong.
They made it easy.
And
maybe that's why I'm so adamant that I am not that woman. I'm not chasing.
And
I'll get 5 more cats first.
I love that.
I've got my library card.
Can I pick out a cat and name it? We can share custody.
I love cats. My girls want me to get
as long as you have it
they want 50 me to get
or 52
cat,
weeks.
But
all right, so here's the other side of the coin. If I'm a man, to your point, if I'm a man and I was going to say a woman, women, plural, are making it easy for me, and I can just go about my normal life.
You don't have to work for it.
Then why should I?
Exactly.
So who needs to change?
You just got to keep finding that guy that's not falling into that trap.
Okay.
And you may never.
What percentage? Let's break it down a little bit. Let's say from 30, because I'm in a large percentage of my normal business as a real estate professional, buying and selling real estate, whatever. I'm going to say statistically, and I have 2 good friends that are divorce attorneys. The age is 35 to 45, so I'm going to expand that to say 35 to 60 is where people do their first, second, and third divorces, right? Yeah. People don't get married at 25 and divorced at 28 on the average.
Right.
Or 32. That's when they're having babies.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see what the feedback is that comes from this. I'm going to challenge the guys who normally just direct message me to actually go on here and say something. Agree, disagree with these apparent double standards, and give us your feedback. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And I don't know. That's it. Episode's over. Thanks for watching.